Continuing our discussion of factors, we're going to take a step up from just individual numbers to thinking about pairs of them. Now, when we've got two numbers to look at, they're common factors, or just the factors that both numbers have in common, right? So if we start with, let's say, 24 and 36, and I'm just going to write out all their factors. 24's factors are 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 5 doesn't go into 24. 6 does. And you notice now 6 times 4 is 24. Right, from here I can get the remaining factors just by looking at the ones I found already. 8 times 3 is 24. 12 times 2, and 24 times 1. So there's a complete list of factors. I'll do the same thing down here with 36. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 9 times 4 is 36. 12 times 3, 18 times 2, and of course 36 times 1. And now we just pick out the ones they have in common. They both have a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. They start off with a lot here. Then it starts to diverge. Then we just have the 12s. Right? So the common factors of 24 and 36 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. All right, now we're going to be particularly interested in what's called the greatest common factor. And that's just exactly what the name says. It's the largest of all the factors the numbers have in common. When you've got them written out like this, it's pretty easy to spot them, right? It's just the biggest numbers. So the biggest number that both lists have in common is 12. So that'll be the greatest common factor. All right, so that worked here because 24 and 36 were relatively small. So it was pretty easy to just write out all the factors and grab the biggest one that the two lists had in common. When the numbers start to get bigger, writing out all of these factors until you find one, until you're sure you've gotten to the biggest one, that can be pretty tedious. It can be quite a bit of work. So fortunately, we have a little algorithm here, a little procedure we can follow that'll let us find this number with hopefully a little less work. So I'm going to walk through this, and I'm going to do this with the numbers that we just looked at, so you can see we do get the same result. So we're going to start with 24 and 36. Now, step 1 says write out the prime factorizations. 24 is 3 times 8, and 8 is 2 to the third. So that's 24's prime factorization. 36 is 2 times 18, which is 2 times 2 times 9. 9 is 3 squared, so this is 2 squared times 3 squared. So that's step 1. Now step 2 says list all the factors that they have in common. They both have a 3, and they both have a 2. Step 3, if a factor appears more than once, add it to your list the smallest number of times. We can get those from the exponents. Right? Looking at the 2's, the smallest exponent is a 2. And looking at 3, the smallest exponent is coming from this 3 here. There's kind of an implicit 1 right there. So I'm going to put a 1 here with the 3. And now we're really done. Just multiply this expression out. 3 to the first is 3. 2 squared is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. And there's our greatest common factor. Okay, so the next main topic that we're going to talk about here are common multiples. We're going to talk about a least common multiple, and that's going to be very similar to the greatest common factor that we talked about here. Or if you want to take a little branch, there are several more example lectures here that are going to walk you through some specific examples of how to use this process. So take a look at those if you like, and if you like this video or just found it helpful, please be sure to click on the like button down below.